Hello and welcome back to the Spider's Web. And now we have our blue aliens to paint, and just like the purple ones I am going to do just the one, which will be this one. I may as well do them both the same one so you can see what I'm doing rather than do different ones. So I'll move those out of the way. And we'll do exactly what we did with the first one to start off, and we'll use Runefang steel. I mean, obviously maybe better using something like lead belcher, which is the new version of what's it called? Bubblegum metal. But for this I wanted something just that little bit brighter. Oh yeah. Ta-da. Okay, so we can put that away. Quite finished the purple ones yet, I just need to do the bits on the back, or these ones, these bits here with the reds, but for the most part they're done. And once I've finished them all completely, then I'll let you have a look at what I've done with them. This one is Regal Blue. I don't know if there's anything in here or not. There is. So this one is a lot deeper than Enchanted Blue. So it'll give a darker colour, obviously. But I suppose it will be a good colour to use. That's what I'm looking for as a base colour for the project. Alright, so we're going over all the armour, all the flat parts of the armour with this. The race parts are going to be obviously the silver colour, steel colour, whatever. That's the reason we put it on that. There we are. His feet need to be blue as well. I think, judging by the base, the Sotek Green might be a good highlight colour for this. See what I mean? But here we go. Just finish off the last step of this blue. There we are. The blue alien has been done. Again, we're going to be using Scorpion Green. And that's going to go around this flat part here, about his head and neck. And obviously if you do get any of the green on the metal parts, then not a great issue, we can always go over the metal parts again. And the same if you get it on the Martian's head. It's going to be cool. It's going to be painted up anyway, so don't worry about it. But just try and be as careful as you can. Okay, so I'm leaving that to dry for the time being. let's have a look at these. This is the one I did on camera. So I've put the sand on the base, but I haven't finished it all yet. You can see it's the one that I've done on camera because the things here are red, where all the others can look like this, but I've not done the red on them. And I've missed that part as well with the purple. So I'm going to have to go through. I just did them last night because I was a bit bored. So I'll go through them all and finish them off first before I show you them properly. Okay, so that's it done. And as before, Scrag Brown. And that's for the Martian's head. And again, if it's not brilliant coverage, you're still seeing some of the black through it. It doesn't matter because we're going over it again with the Screaming Skull. And that's the bit this is just going to give a brownish look under the Screaming Skull. It's not going to be the main colour of it, so I said don't worry, it's just to hide most of the black. There you go. So that's that bit done. And again, I'll show you the steps with the reds on the back of the model. So we want blood red, scab red. So we start off with scab red, or you can use red gore or whatever the equivalents are now. We use blood red and we use blazing orange, and we do this one each at a time. Let's just give this a bit of a shake and see if we can get some of the paint in the lid. There we are, that's better. And so we do this one section at a time, and we dry the brush off or wipe the brush down between each section. So we do that, we wipe the brush. Now we go into a blood red, and I have the blood red to the over the top of the still wet red gore, and then we wipe the brush down, and then we add the orange, the blazing orange. Oops, just need to give that a shake as well. Some of the blazing orange out, and we put that over the blood red. It's not easy to see because the blood red and the blazing orange are fairly similar in hue, but hopefully you do get to see it there. It's just a slight graduation with the colour. Not graduation, gradation. And again, we do this side with the red gore. There we are. We just do not want the face to be black. We want on the crevices in the face to be the brown, because we need to show off the, like so. And the one thing I didn't do with the last one that I did on camera was go over with Agrax Earthshade, which I've done with all the others. So we'll do that with this before we go any further. So there's the head done. Flash Gitch yellow again. Obviously, if you don't have the Citadel colours, use whatever bright yellow you may have. And this is going around the middle of where the green has gone. And we also use this to dry brush up. In fact, we shouldn't do that yet. We do that after it's been washed, because we don't want to put the wash over the bright parts, do we? Okay, next let's have a look and see how this ice blue is going to go with the regal blue. It is a very bright pale blue, so it may not, I don't think it's going to look quite right, do you? I really don't like it, so I think it's going to be, I'll go over it with Saltec green. It just looks silly. So the ice blue can go and the Saltec green can come back. Let's see if this looks any better. This looks a little better. In fact, it looks quite a lot better. I hope you'll agree with me on this one. I really don't like the ice blue for the highlights for this colour. No, it didn't do anything for me at all. So now the hard part is now, because I've put the ice blue on, is whether they'll all look when I do the others, whether it's going to look the same. But not to worry, I think that looks much better, don't you? The ice blue was just that too vivid, too bright. This looks spot on. Quite liking that. Okay, so that should have given the yellow time to dry, which means Agrax Earthshade, and it's just the head, nowhere else. And the idea is you just pick out the details on there. There we go. That's him done. So when I get back, it will be dry brushing yellow up from the base, from the bottom of his head upwards, and then doing a little trick with the clear plastic hood, painting the base, then he's done. In fact, I can paint the base now. While I'm waiting, I might as well. I'll not be touching his head, and that's the only thing that I'm waiting to dry. And he's done. To a point. What I can do is just remind you how we do what I've done with the helmets. So I'll just get them out. So what I've been doing is getting the flash stitch yellow, getting a bit of the yellow on the palette, and then water, and then it's around the inside with the paint. And then we get our tissue, drying cloth, whatever we use, and we get it in there to wipe off the paint that we've just put on, and that will give the look of light shining up. That's the first pass, and now the second one. There we have it. It's just a very faint amount of yellow on there, but it just gives it that look of a light shining inside. And we do that, as I say, with each one. And if you put them beside two others, you can see the difference. It doesn't look much, but when they're beside other clear ones, the difference is noticeable. Now let's get on with the dry brushing of his face. As I say, it's just not much, and we certainly don't want a lot of paint on the brush. We want as little as we can, because it's just a case of wanting to add some yellow face, and then a little bit of super glue over the top of his head. That's him done. Okay. So next time, in the next video, I will show you the techniques I use for basing. So until then, take care, God bless, and bye for now.